Hello everybody, Flamin' Shark, back with another video, and today things are about to get serious as we jump into Owarimonogatari second season, episodes 1 and 2. So, after this video, this is the fourth to last, we have 3 more Monogatari videos after this, and then we will officially, in my new rotational era, will fully go into effect as this slot will make way for my next really long anime series once we finish Monogatari. But as it stands now, we have a few more episodes of Monogatari. In total, I guess it'd be 13, since we have 7 episodes of second season and 6 episodes of Zoku. My voice is a little sus, so I was planning on recording more, but I basically put this recording off as long as I can, and my voice didn't really get any better. So I'm just going to record episodes 1 and 2, call it a night there, and hopefully get more done tomorrow when hopefully my voice is better. Got to keep drinking the water on that front, but it's only 2 episodes, so it should be fine. Unfortunately, Owari, or Monogatari in general, is a show that I talk a lot, because there's a lot to talk about. And we go into Owari second season in a very interesting position. Now, obviously, I reacted to this show in novel order, and that generally lines up with what most people think about. But there's 2 interesting points in the story where obviously it's a little interesting with the chronological nature of what's happening, or lack thereof, in the case of the novel order. And here we're in this interesting spot where, while Kiyomi Monogatari jumps around in the timeline and continues on through all the different parts of the story, the last episode of Kiyomi Monogatari was a playoff of what happens after the end of the first season of Owarimonogatari. So, for those of you who are not who have maybe only watched Monogatari once and are just watching my reactions, or for those of you who, or whatever the case may be, a quick reminder, obviously Owarimonogatari was fucking great. We dealt with, we had Shinobu Mail last time, which was a 6-parter, crazy. And in that arc, we dealt with Kishot's original servant prior to Kiyomi and the events of Kizu Monogatari. And what ended up, and they kind of implied by the end of it, after we had resolved it, that there a few things, including the potential for a certain potato, a certain Gaian, to potentially be sussing about, and that played into some of the things that obviously were happening in that arc. But it does tie back into the final episode, or short, of Kiyomi Monogatari, where Kiyomi got murked. Yes, Kiyomi literally died in the last episode of Kiyomi Monogatari, and we had the big fucking what the fuck moment. 1, he died, and 2, a certain lovable lolly was there, which kind of just confirmed, if there was any doubt, that he did literally die. Because, as it seems, second season of Owarimonogatari, then, if it is going to play off of where Kiyomi Monogatari left off on, second season will begin with fucking hell, heaven, the afterlife, limbo, who the fuck knows? It's Monogatari, it could literally be anything. Oh man, I can tell this one's going to be a little difficult to get through, so you guys will have to bear with me a little bit on this. But I am so excited for these episodes. I wanted to watch these a few hours ago, and like I said, I held off to hope my voice get a little better. It didn't really. So, I'm really excited. I guess the question now becomes, how do we resurrect Kiyomi? I assume that's going to be given just Hachikuji and Kiyomi are going to go on this journey, and I'll be curious to see if they both come back by the end of this, or if just Kiyomi comes back, because obviously we lost Hachikuji a while ago, and that was such a crazy thing. And obviously at the end of Kiyomi, I think even crazier for me than Koyomi actually dying was seeing Hachikuji again. And now we're in this interesting position where I don't know what they're going to do with the two of them. And I'm curious, because, I mean, obviously Koyomi's going to come back. And I guess it really is just a matter of, does Hachikuji come back with him? And that's... I mean... I kind of hope the answer's no, but I also hope there's a decent explanation as to why Koyomi can go back and Hachikuji can't, and preferably something more than just, oh, he just died, so he's like not really fully dead or something like that. Whatever the case may be, though, I'm super interested to see where this goes. I'm super interested to see what they do. I'm curious if these first 2 episodes are going to be how he gets back, or if that's going to be the entirety of Owari's second season, and then Zoku will be more of a kind of final resolution type thing. Whatever the case may be, obviously, the end is drawing near for Monogatari, and hopefully not forever. Hopefully we do eventually get more Monogatari adaptations. But whatever the case may be, I am kind of running down the shaft line. You know, I've done Madoka now. I'm about to finally finish Monogatari, and by the time I'm done with Monogatari, March comes in like a lion will be coming, so guys need to start making some more shit for me. Holy shit. This is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be fucking fantastic. I am so excited for this. I am excited, but also I am going to be really sad. Even though I'm really excited for the show that will replace this, I'm going to miss Monogatari 1000%. Holy shit. Monogatari. We're nearing the end. Oh, I almost don't want to hit play, even though I'm so excited. Owarimonogatari second season, episode 1 will begin in 3, 2, 1, and play. Holy shit. Okay. Alright. That was Owarimonogatari second season, episode 1. That's a fucking mouthful. Okay. Got a tiny bit of water left, maybe 1 or 2 more sips, but I'm gonna get a refill before we do episode 2. I'm probably gonna actually fill it up, drink a bunch, fill it back up, then we'll get to it. But that was a very cool episode. Definitely a good start to second season of Owari. I definitely liked how while it made me want to kill myself, I did really enjoy how, we started things off with this kind of long-running gag about how, obviously, he's not the person of these expectations because that person is dead because he's died, and then they just show the real Koyomi being a fucking meme head and doing exactly what you'd expect him to actually do because he didn't actually realize he had died yet, and that was really clever. It's one of those moments where Monogatari takes advantage of the narrator perspective being Koyomi's voice, being Koyomi, combined with Koyomi being separate from that Koyomi perspective narration. So that was really cool. As far as the episode goes, I thought it was pretty interesting. I thought we got into a few interesting kind of dissections of who Koyomi is. We've done this before. We've kind of discussed it's not really treading new ground on the character or really exposing us to anything that hasn't been discussed in the series prior. But what I did like about it was everything was pretty succinct. And I think with Hachikuji being the character to bounce that off of, it was really interesting because she's not your typical character that you really bounce too much of the heavy philosophical nonsense off of, especially in this particular case where we're talking about, where we're psychoanalyzing specifically Koyomi, that you'd get that with another character, with a more serious character would kind of bounce that off of Koyomi. So it was interesting with these two and their dynamic, while also having these conversations. And of course you also get like the meme jokes, like the little bit with Yotsuki was very funny. Holy shit, I'm struggling more than I thought I would be. Wow, this is actually a challenge. I apologize for this, like I said, but I'm trying to get you guys content. I want to make sure I get content, but oh man, my throat is really feeling it, unfortunately. I'm gonna have to drink a fuck ton of water even after this video, just try to make sure we'll be all good in another, I don't know, 10, 12 hours or so, whenever I record next. But well, I mean, I have one more episode, but I'm curious. It is interesting that we also, the other thing that came up with when discussing these philosophies and everything, in the end, he realized that the person he was really talking about was Ogi, and how when he really looks at it from an objective standpoint, it doesn't look at the individual or the person, but just the actual actions and what they can necessarily lead to. He kind of realized how terrifying Ogi is. Holy shit. Oh my god. He actually realized how terrifying Ogi is, and in the process, he became conscious of the fact that he doesn't seem to think of Ogi, and kind of playing into that, that's just like Ogi has this like way with people, and almost like a spell that Ogi can put on you that just, I don't know exactly how to put it, lessens your guard, or it just doesn't. And we've seen this before with Hanakawa, of course, previously in Owari and all that, with the whole thing where Hanakawa and Ogi were trying to convince, we're both trying to kind of convince Koyomi of what to do, and obviously, Hanakawa won out by, doing some, offering for some lewdness, and then despite Koyomi with the meme response, he was like, okay, if she would offer that, this clearly is really serious. Whew. But yeah, that was a pretty good episode of Monogatari, certainly, and I'm very excited to see what happens now that we've met another that has departed from the land of the living relatively recently as well. So I am curious to see where this goes and what it leads to, because I thought we might be seeing a certain other person, but it does not seem like it's going in that direction. I'm very curious, and I'm also curious if Koyomi actually makes it out of hell in this episode, or if it takes all 7 and then Zoku is our kind of finish of all that stuff, or does he get out of hell this fast and then we still have, at that point, 11 more episodes to do whatever else we're going to do in the land of the living. I really have no idea, because obviously each arc has its own OP. This is I was about to say Hanakawa, Hachikuji OP, so maybe this only goes 2 episodes or not. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm very curious, but whatever the case may be, should be really interesting. I hope you guys don't mind. I kind of, just a skosh, just a tiny bit, I did kind of abridge my thoughts. I definitely could go on a little longer talking about it, but I'm realizing that I have another episode to commentate on, and I'm kind of suffering here, so I'm going to cut here. I'm going to drink a fuck ton of water and have a full canister of water for episode 2 of Owarimonogatari 2nd season.
反撃開始だよ。
Oh shit. Dude, Gaian's fucking adorable, but when someone like Gaian says we're launching our counterattack or I have all my weapons now, she's talking about like these fucking like these fucking like SS tier fucking weapons. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with this woman? Everything. But that's why we love her. Holy shit. Okay, we really did spend 2 episodes in hell, and now Hachikuji and Koyomi are back in the land of the living. Koyomi is human now. After all this time, he's properly full-blown human. And of course, it goes both ways, because if Koyomi's human, then that means Kiss Shot's back. And to see Shinobu, fully powered up, fully, Kiss Shot, Acerola, Orion, Hot, Under Blade. To see, like, the full shebang. Is it Kiss Shot, Acerola, Orion, or Kiss Shot, Orion, No, I'm almost positive it's Kiss Shot, Acerola, Orion, Heart, Under Blade. I haven't said the full name in a while. But to see Kiss Shot in her full glory, I think every form of Shinobu is really cute. But despite that, I think it's so hard to beat Kiss Shot's proper form because, damn, she's so fucking hot. Let's be honest. Like, Kiss Shot's insane. And, like, yeah, the tits are wild. The hair is gorgeous in every form. But I think it's the fact that the dress is such a striking red color that brings that design together. It's the dress, honestly. Not just the way the dress like pushes up her already fat titties. Like we're not gonna linger on that anymore. But like, let's be honest, that doesn't hurt. But you know what I'm saying. But no, I fucking love her dress. It's so good. Gaian's fucking nuts. The fact that Gaian, the big brain, like, 800 IQ plays here, going on here with the fucking specialist, with Gaian and fucking Oshinomeme and fucking Tadatsuru and like all these motherfuckers playing their fucking like crazy ass chess, their fucking 4-dimensional chess here. And who the fuck knows what Ogi's even trying to do, but, like, she's a fucking psychopath. So that's going to be wild. I'm excited to see where they go with Ogi. And what's that going to be about? Like, I don't know. I really don't know what to expect from Ogi in this whole situation, right? So it's going to be interesting to see just what goes down with Ogi, because clearly Ogi, much like her uncle and much like all the other specialists, Ogi has some tricks up our sleeve. But it's going to be interesting, right? Because like I feel like, yeah, like Gaian and Kiss Shot feel like a fucking 1-2 punch that can't be beat. Like that seems insane. So I don't know what's actually going to go down. I have no clue. I have no clue where this is going. I wasn't sure if this Mayoi Hell arc would get us through the entirety of Koyomi's journey in Hell. Because like I said, we have 7 episodes of second season, 5 left. And then we have Zoku Owarimonogatari, which is 6 episodes. So we have 11 episodes left in total. We're going 2 episodes again next set. Then we're doing 3, and then for our Owarimonogatari and more generally our Monogatari finale, we will be doing Zoku in one video. So you guys are going to be getting a fat one. You guys are going to be getting a big boy set to celebrate the end of Monogatari. So we're kind of doing some small ones here with second season, but the big one is coming with Zoku. And then we're done. And it's kind of crazy to, looking back at this series. Obviously, this is a long series regardless. But obviously, we took the scenic route with this series where I would react to some Monogatari and then I would do some shorter series in between. And we had a bunch of different ones that we were able to get to faster than I would have otherwise. And I enjoyed that, Made in Abyss. Madoka Magica, Violet Evergarden, just to name a few off the top of my head that I can remember. But here we are now, and we're so close to the end of Monogatari, and I'm glad that it got to be such an intimate part of my life for as long as it was. So while I don't think I'll ever do anything that extreme as far as a series goes, as far as just the structure of how I do it, I am kind of glad that I did it this way, because on one hand, Monogatari was intense, and I think it's been mentally intense. It's been mentally taxing in a way that few series have been, and I don't think there's ever been a series that has been as mentally taxing that's also as long as Monogatari, right? Like, I've definitely reacted to some shows that have, fucked with my head, but most of them aren't too long. So this one being obviously very long makes it the crazy 1-2 punch. But in the end, it doesn't really matter anymore. We're here. We're at the end. We're in the end game now. This is the end story. Even though there's more fucking Monogatari. What the fuck, Nisio Isin? Why would you call it Owari if it's not the end? But for us, it's the end. At least until whenever I forget what it's even called. I forget what the next section of the story is called. Is it after story? I don't even fucking know. It's something like that. Whatever. But whatever it's called, I know there's more. I know there's more that will hopefully get adapted at some point. Hopefully we will get that eventually. But whatever the case may be, for the time being, we're 3 videos away from the end, and it's fantastic. It's crazy, and like I said, I'm kind of left unsure as to where they're going with this. I mean, obviously, we left off on a cool ending where it's yeah, we can't wait. But regardless, I am still very unsure as to where this all goes. I thought it was interesting. I definitely see the argument to watching Koyomi after Owari Season 1, of course, because then you have more of that. You do Owari Season 1, and then you get all these little snippets from different points in the timeline, and then, of course, you get Owari, that last episode. But it's a weird thing, right? Oh, Jesus, I literally just broke part of my pen off. The edge part. Christ. Well, that's awkward. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It still works just fine, but whatever the case may be, I definitely get it. But I think there is a quirkiness to the way that Nisio Isin writes, and I definitely think it felt very Monogatari to get that scene without, past where we've actually are, right? I felt like it's interesting, right? And I definitely understand why people just want, the more simplistic, more chronological flow. But I think Monogatari is such a weird series that even the energy of not everything being fully in chronological order just kind of makes the show even more Monogatari than it otherwise would be. So I wouldn't say I necessarily have regrets, but I definitely get why people say to watch it, in the, not necessarily in the chronological order, because you wouldn't want to watch Kizu before Bake. That doesn't make sense. But in that kind of, that slightly edited order that would be with involving Hana and Koyomi being in different spots than where I watched them. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I'm kind of reminiscing about Monogatari, and we still have 3 reactions left. But I think I'm just really feeling how much we are truly in the end story for Monogatari, as it were. And it's really wild. It's been great. But like I said, just to really quickly kind of go over the stuff from the last episode. Gaian's fucking awesome. Terrifying, but awesome. And seeing her doing her whole thing where seeing her with the double fucking swords in her fucking, pants. I don't even know how to describe it, but just, she's equipped with the fucking double swords. That's some fucking, video game fucking inventory bullshit with those giant ass swords somehow just hanging through the side no problem. Fucking Gaien's such a badass, Jesus Christ. And then, like I said, getting to see Kiss shot really made that for me. Obviously, that episode was really good. Tadatsuru and Koyomi had some great interactions. Hachikuji was fantastic, as she was in the first episode. But in the end, that was a very self-contained 2 episodes, and there's a part of me that almost wishes that they did a little bit more with the concept of hell. Like, I think it's almost a bit of a shame that we died, ended up in hell, and then 2 episodes later we were fine. Like, we've been resurrected. Like, I feel like I wouldn't have minded if we had more of a longer arc of just us being in hell. Even if it was just like 4 episodes and not like the whole 7 or something. But I don't know. I feel like that could have been a little longer. I definitely feel like there was more that we could have explored, and I think that's an interesting concept. The idea of you dying and going to an afterlife of any kind, whether it be a heaven or a hell or a purgatory or anything else, any other, concept based on, religious precedents or whatever, right? I think that's really interesting, and I think in the context specifically of the Monogatari universe, it's extra interesting, and you could there's so many ways you could portray that, and how the idea of an afterlife interacts with things like oddities and all that shit. There's just so much interesting story potential there that I feel like was a little squandered, but despite that fact, I did think that this was a really fun pair of episodes. I don't think these were blow away by Monogatari standards, but by like the normal standards, they were pretty fucking fantastic. By Monogatari standards, they were more good, because obviously Monogatari, in my opinion, is on a very high curve. I think this is probably going to go down where I stand now with what I have and haven't seen. I do think this will probably go down as a top 5 anime of all time for me. It's definitely in my top 10, though, as it stands currently. I'm confident it's somewhere in my top 10, no doubt. Whatever the case may be, though, my voice is actually doing slightly better than it was at the end of the first episode, so, guzzling water helped slightly. Definitely not doing well, though, but I am going to get off here and edit this video and render it and post it, because it's going up in about 5 hours and 42 minutes, so I got to get to work on that. But whatever the case may be, if you guys want to support my channel, the Patreon's down below in the description. My Discord server's down there if you want to check that out. Obviously, I didn't mention at the beginning of the video, but we got another link, at least when this is originally going up. We're back on Pixel Drain after years away from that. It seems like that site we'll see how it works out. Sometimes the rug gets pulled out from under me after a little while, but as it stands now, it seems like that site's going to have everything that I need for a redirect site. So that's probably where a lot of you have watched it, because it works super well and it should be all good. So hopefully that site worked really well for a lot of people, and anyone who sometimes has issues, downloading off Omega or Yandex or watching on Yandex or whatever you might do. So, yeah, that should be fun. But, yeah, I think that's going to do it. So, all right, everyone. Without any further ado, it is time for me to bid you adieu. Flamin' Shark signing out. Hope you guys have a wonderful, fantastical day, and I'll see you next time with another video. Thanks for watching. Peace.